Arlington Independent Media presents Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, experimental version.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Buenas noches, Mr. Nolan. I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adelquo.
You know, before we begin, we usually say to folks out there to please silence your cell phones and pagers. We don't know why we do this, but that's what we ask you to do. For reasons yet unknown.
Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. System timing out of control. System timing out of control. 2016, 2006, 1996, 1986, 1976, 1966, 1956, 1946, 1936.
And now the news.
Thank you, Nort. County police, along with the FBI and police around the metro area, are looking for an armed robber. There is a $5,000 reward for the suspect who has robbed at least 7 locations. He robbed an Arlington Sunoco gas station at 1830 Fort Myer Drive on September 6th at around 11 in the morning. The suspect usually wears a baseball cap or hoodie and dark sunglasses. The FBI describes him as a black male, approximately 5'10" tall, between 40 and 50 years of age, with medium complexion and black and gray colored beard. Call Crime Solvers at 866-411-TIPS, that's 8477, or the FBI at 202-278-2000 if you have any related information.
A professional baseball player has been convicted for a domestic violence incident that happened in Pentagon City in the spring. Hector Olivera was an outfielder with the Atlanta Braves when he visited the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on April 13th of this year. On that day, a bruised woman told police that Olivera attacked her. On September 8th, an Arlington District Court sentenced Olivera to 10 days in jail. That is, 90 days with 80 days suspended. In addition, Major League Baseball suspended the 30-year-old Cuban defector for 82 games without pay. Olivera is currently a free agent.
Thank you, Nort. A local dog walker has been arrested on suspicion of stealing from her clients. 34-year-old Margarita Dennison worked for Time for a Walk. The 10-year-old company owner claims she's already checking criminal background and references, but will increase her security measures in the wake of the incident. One of her clients discovered Dennison and an accomplice at her home when they returned from vacation. Shortly afterwards, they discovered they'd been burgled. According to police, several stolen items were recovered from a Charles County gold ship. Other items were found inside Ms. Dennison's home.
After 11 attempts, an Arlington man has just won his first Erie Marathon at Presque Isle. On September 11th, 30-year-old Dustin Whitlow crossed the finish line after a 26.2-mile run with 2 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds. 30-year-old Whitlow was also the second Arlington man to cross the finish line in the April 2016 Boston Marathon, behind fellow Arlingtonian Michael Wardian. Say, how about that weather we've been having?
We don't do the weather on this show. And now it's time for Adele Quo with It's Easy Being Green.
Warning, some content and graphics may not be suitable for all viewers. Invasive plants are really, really bad plants that have gone terribly wild. They're alien plant species that grow very aggressively, spread, kill, and displace our native plants. They compete for the limited natural resources and push our rare native species closer to extinction. They reduce local biodiversity and provide little to no value to wildlife. And they damage our parks and disrupt,
Strangle and kill.
disrupt recreational activities such as boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, and biking when they form impenetrable tangles in shallow water areas or when they overgrow trails. Some were introduced intentionally.
Sometimes they were originally planted for well-intentioned reasons. English ivy, for example, was originally brought over from Europe and has been planted widely as a ground cover, but again has gotten out of hand, invading many of our local parks from people's backyards. Along with other invasive vines, English ivy can strangle and kill even mature trees, which is a really terrible sight to see if you've ever seen it. Invasive plants often crowd out all other plants, creating biodiversity deserts. When you enter an area dominated by these invasives, you'll see nothing but the same handful of overly aggressive, non-native plants like porcelain berry, mile-a-minute weed, or Japanese stiltgrass. Strangle and kill.
Others by accident, through a variety of means such as food, medicine, landscaping, erosion control, windbreaks, and many other purposes. About 2/3 of the almost 1,200 plants currently reported to be invasive in the U.S. were imported for their horticultural value. When you're shopping for plants at the local nursery or box store, our worst plant thugs and sinister offenders often hide behind popular and desirable traits played up with pretty marketing labels that don't warn you about a product's worst traits. The wicked character of the invasive plant monsters doesn't show its true self until planted and having access to your yard and surroundings to self-seed freely. The worst invasive plants do way more damage than their good looks offer in return. Consumer demand is power. When buying plants for your yard, check the available lists. All are excellent resources, easy to download and take with you to the store. Learn to recognize invasive plants so you can avoid using them. Remember, it's easy being green, avoiding invasive plants.
And now it's time for CBB.
Thank you, Nort. On Saturday, September 24th, you can watch Teatro de la Luna's presentation, Nicolás, Real Latino America on Una Flauta. The event will be held at the Roslyn Spectrum Theater. Tickets are $32 to $35 each. Call 703-548-3092 to order tickets or visit teatrodelaluna.org for details.
Are you interested in submitting a film to a festival? Then now is the time. The Rosebud Film Festival submission period has started. The prize is $1,000 and the Best of Show award. The regular deadline is October 1st and costs $35. The late deadline is November 7th at $40. Visit www.arlingtonmedia.org/rosebud for more details.
Thank you, Nort. If you like working with kids and know how to make movies with an iPad, then you want to consider becoming an after-school iPad video club instructor. Arlington Independent Media is seeking applicants who know about storytelling, scripts, film production, and image composition. The program is at McKinley Elementary, George Mason Elementary, and Key Elementary. Send your resume and cover letter to Nathan at arlingtonindependentmedia.org to apply, or visit Arlington Independent Media for details.
The week of September 23rd to October 3rd is Banned Books Week. The nationwide event is to celebrate the commitment to freedom to read. The annual event started back in 1992 when the director of the American Library Association's Office for Intellectual Freedom noticed a sudden uptick in the number of, in their words, challenges to books in schools, bookstores, and libraries. Visit www.bannedbookweeks.org or library.arlingtonva.us for more details.
Thank you, Nort. If you're a cyclist who passes through Crystal City on Thursdays, then you'll want to stop by the Mobile Bike Repair Station. It's at 1900 Crystal Drive every week until October 27th. The hours are 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. Whether it's for bike repair or a simple tune-up, just show up. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can schedule an appointment by emailing roman.semenov@gmail.com.
Denise Pringle will now present a theater review. As for me, I just want to be alone.
If it's Saturday morning and you're interested in girl bonding and gossip, Truvy's Beauty Shop is the place to be, and you'll find it at the Little Theater of Alexandria. Truvy and her new employee Annelle are open for business, and Clary, Weezer, and Malin are keeping their regular appointments. On this special day, Malin's daughter Shelby is having her hair styled for her wedding that afternoon. The talk is of wedding colors of blush and bashful, how the couple met, and if the bride will continue her nursing career after she marries. The light chatter ends suddenly when Shelby has a hypoglycemic incident and the subject changes to her fragile health. Fast forward a few months and Shelby tells her mother that she is pregnant. Malin is distressed because Shelby's doctors agree that she shouldn't have children. Of course, the other girls are ecstatic. They are focused on the thrill of a new baby, not the risks placed on its mother's well-being. Alana D. Sharp's Malin is cautious, but Kelsey Udice, as a determined Shelby, wants it all. She'd rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special. This intense family dynamic is the core of this story. Most of the humor comes from Carla Crawford, who skillfully channels Dolly Parton as Truvy, and Susan Smith's Annelle, who morphs from a convict's abandoned wife to a new wife and expectant mother with a short detour to find God. More laughs come from the town's female curmudgeon, Weezer, played by Patricia Spencer Smith, and her unlikely best friend, the town's grande dame and great gossiper, Clary, played by Brenda Parker. Director Sharon Veselak should be commended for coaxing truly comedic performances from the entire cast. It would be easy to create shallow parodies rather than fully rounded, genuinely funny characters. Matt Liptak carries on LTA's reputation for creating lush, realistic sets. Truvy's salon is so convincing that I wouldn't be surprised if someone wandered on stage, sat down in a chair, and asked for an updo with extra teasing and plenty of hairspray. You can join the Steel Magnolias for girl bonding and gossip through October 1st at the Little Theater of Alexandria. I'm Denise Pringle, filling in for Rich Masabny. Now back to the news.
And now it's time for News for Seniors. That's old people, you know.
Thank you, Nort. Getting a good night's sleep helps you stay healthy and alert, but many older adults don't sleep well. Come join senior adult specialist Nancy Connors as she discusses the National Institute on Aging's Age Page and explores strategies for getting a good night's sleep. That's Friday, September 16th at the Langston Brown Center. That's at 11 a.m. to noon. Call 703-229-6300 for more information.
Join the folks at Langston Brown for an entertaining evening of music with the band Relix playing an electric blend of classic rock from the 60s and 70s, featuring hits by the Beatles, The Who, the Rolling Stones, Van Morrison, Eric Clapton, and others. Refreshments will be served. You must pre-register. So call 703-228-6300 to make your reservation.
Thank you, Nort. It's your Medicare benefit. Make sure you're getting the most out of it. Are you using Medicare to your maximum advantage? Have your medical needs, financial circumstances changed over time? Medicare and its Part C Advantage and Part D prescription drug program providers are allowed to make changes every year. Join Karma Rayan and John Glowacki, certified Medicare counselors with the Virginia Insurance Counseling Program of Arlington, for a presentation about the benefits and upcoming changes, followed by a question and answer session. That will take place Monday, September 19th at the Langston Brown Center from 11 a.m. to noon. Call 703-228-6300 to save a seat.
When stress is generated mentally, it almost always affects every part of your body. Some of the most notable areas where the signs of stress are prevalent are the hands and the fingers. Hands are affected in a variety of ways, and in some cases these issues can be significant enough that they lead to considerable discomfort. Join John C. Sloan, Community Liaison with Virginia Healthcare Services, for a discussion about your hands. That's Tuesday, September 20th at Walter Reed from 11 a.m. to noon. You can get more information by calling 703-228-0955.
And now it's time for my interview with Stuart Rosenthal.
I've got this, Inga. Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Back with me for another year's Big Senior Expo is Stuart Rosenthal, and he is the publisher and editor and founder of the Beacon magazine.
Thank you, Marion. Nice to be here.
Well, here we go again, another big program,
yes.
But this year at the Springfield Mall.
Well, it's not called the mall anymore, is it? It's called Springfield Town Center.
That's right, that's right.
Yes, you maybe remember, years ago we were at Springfield Mall for a long time with our expo, and then they closed down the mall for renovations. It took a long time, and while that was happening, we were at Ballston Mall for 5-6 years, right, in Arlington.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're closed on the Ballston Mall to completely do that, and by now Springfield Town Center is up and running and beautiful. So we're very excited to be back in that part of the
Now, the Senior Expo, it appeals to primarily 50 and above. But everyone is welcome to come out.
Right, it's for older adults and their families. Anybody who wants to plan ahead or thinking about their parents or grandparents, yeah.
Okay, and of course, as always, you have great guest speakers, and you have a great speaker this year. Tell us about him.
Yes, our keynote speaker is going to be Lieutenant Joe Kenda. Not everybody knows who he is, but he is the star of Investigation Discovery's #1 show called Homicide Hunter. And the truth is, he himself is a real homicide detective. For 25 years, he was on the force in Colorado Springs. He solved more than 300 murders while he was there. And the most interesting cases he's turned into this show. It's on cable television, on Investigation Discovery, and he reenacts the investigation and the murder and whatnot. It's a whole it's a real show. It's a real
you
television.
can't not help but watch. Not only that, but it's his real life.
Yes, yes, and he's like, very serious. He's like the Columbo or like Dragnet or whatever. But he's really very good, and he's a wonderful speaker.
Would you mind me asking how old he is?
He is turning 70.
Wow, how's that for a
It's a third career for him, actually.
Third career.
Yeah, he's amazed to find himself a TV star all over the world now. He does cruises where he's like the special guest, and it's incredible. He's a celebrity.
Well, isn't that true for the senior population, really reinventing themselves and changing the way they age? And that's what I think is so unique about the Beacon.
You are so right. I mean, that's really, we live a lot longer than we're used to, and we live healthier if we take care of ourselves, and there's no reason why we can't reinvent ourselves and do all the things that we've been putting off or that we've always wanted to do when we get older, as long as we have our health.
And I think information is key, and what the Beacon does, capturing not just healthcare news about new research and science developments in dementia or the different types of cancers, which is important information, but you're also focused on fitness.
Wellness, exactly.
Arts.
Exercise, food, yes. And travel, we have a nice travel section.
Speaking of travel, you have a really big incentive for your guests who attend the expo at the Springfield Town Center.
We have lots of door prizes at our expo. We have CVS gift cards and other kinds of things. But the grand door prize this year, one lucky person will win this, a 10-day trip for 2 to China, courtesy of Nexus Holidays. It includes airfare from Washington, airfare in China, luxury hotels, meals, most meals, everything else, the guided tours and whatnot. It's going to be the most exciting trip, and one person will walk away with that for 2.
Is there a consolation prize to carry their bags?
a CVS gift card, I guess.
Oh, a CVS gift card. I know they're going to need help with their bags. Valet parking,
See what you can work out with the winner. We'll publicize the name.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you'll have the flu shots, right?
Yes, regular and high dose.
Okay.
And if you have a Medicare card, it's free.
Oh, wonderful.
And we'll have health screenings, glaucoma, blood pressure, vascular screening, aortic screening as well.
All of that is free?
All that's also free.
Oh,
right?
that's fantastic.
Right, and we have great exhibitors. We have all kinds of medical specialties, and we have all kinds of housing opportunities, independent living and assisted living and continuing care.
Oh, that's so nice not to have to drive around to gather information.
Right,
but you can actually
good 50, 60 exhibitors there for people to pick up information, and lots of giveaways, of course, as well.
Well, as I had Charles Tofstoy here the other day, and he was talking about the Senior Olympics, and now 50-year-olds have finally qualified as seniors in some of these programs.
Right.
So perhaps people who are considering even making some financial decisions down the road would want to come to the expo.
The earlier you plan, the better, right?
Yes, and now just back to the Beacon, which is a fabulous magazine, and you have huge distribution. One of the things that I find really interesting are some of the recommendations and tips for saving money, like how to get money out of your pension before you actually have to, or maybe you want to, but you don't want the penalties, or maybe how to get someone to give you a deal on something.
In the stores, for example.
Isn't that
right.
interesting?
We had a very interesting article on very good tips for getting the best sales and talking to the salespeople and getting coupons and whatnot. Yeah, there's a lot of ways in which one can save money if you're savvy.
And have a little fun, I think.
Yeah, sure. And you mentioned the Senior Olympics, which of course is the cover story in our September issue.
Okay, so absolutely, everyone's got to check out the results. Now that hasn't finished yet. That's still going till the...
Yeah, it's just a cover story about the fact that the whole area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, are all having Senior Olympics and preparing for the National Senior Olympics next year.
And now our seniors are getting more tech savvy, and I just wanted to touch on the Beacon's website and compliment you
and our
on
tech
the
section now in the Beacon, right? We
and
have a
your
section every month.
Tech section, because I think that people will find the Beacon very, very searchable if they're looking for information.
Thank you. Yes, you can see all of our old issues, and you can read them cover to cover, and there's other kinds of stories and lots of other links and puzzles and games.
So the most important thing now is to remember September 25th.
Yes, we didn't even say that, did we? September 25th, noon to 4,
That's
Springfield Town Center. Beacon 50 Plus Expo. Come and bring your friends.
Excellent. I'll see you there.
Register for the door prize.
And register to win that trip to China. All right, everyone. That's the Sustainable Scoop. It was my pleasure having Stuart Rosenthal here with the Beacon Magazine. I'll see you next time. Back to the news desk.
This has been a special TeleRadio presentation of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, featuring Craig Nolan, Daniel Pineda, Miriam Gennari, Richard Corris, Adele Kuo, and Inga Middleton. The theater review was written and performed by Denise Pringle. Graphics were provided by the lovely and talented Jay Golter. Camera operators were Bill Calder and Corin Roncase. Audio recording was monitored by Bill Calder. News stories were written by Shamiso Mapondera. Music, special effects, and miscellaneous hoodwinkery were by executive producer Hef Munson, who must bear the blame for this production. If you're listening on the radio, this is WERA-LP, Arlington, Virginia, 96.7 on your FM dial. Portions of this program were pre-recorded. Actually, all of this program was pre-recorded. Seriously, I can't be hanging around the studio every time they want to do a broadcast. You know, I'm a busy man. I've got things to go. I've got people to see and do. And another thing, the radio version only runs about 26 minutes. They won't even hear this last bit. With TV, we get 29 minutes. But not with radio. No. I've always wondered about that. Yeah, you can find Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News on Facebook, along with some additional special features on our YouTube channel, Arlington Weekly News 1. This show is broadcast each week on Verizon 38 and Comcast 69. Air dates are Thursday at 6 p.m., Friday at 2 a.m., Saturday at 10:30 a.m., Monday at 8:30 p.m., and Tuesday at 4:30 a.m. The radio version airs on WERA-LP at 96.7 on your FM dial, and Saturday afternoon at 5, and Monday afternoon at 2. While we're at it, you really should send us an email at arlingtonweeklynews@gmail.com. I mean, really, let us know what you like or what you don't like, or if you'd like to appear as a guest or a performer, or really anything you want to say to us. That's pretty much it for me. Stay tuned for whatever's coming next.